And welcome to Wingman Nation, everybody. Thanks for joining me today. Hope you're having a good day and that you will listen to this entire video and share your thoughts. I would like to know your takeaway, maybe your thoughts on today's topic. I'm going to play a voicemail. I've got I think, a nice email to read, and I'm going to give some advice for some RV salespeople out there, whether it is with a dealer that I work with or not, some advice from the Wingman, and I would like to know what you think about it. So feel free to drop a comment down below. I love reading all your comments. This video is brought to you by RV Dealers I Trust, a network of independent RV dealers that will work hard to earn your business. A link to them, as well as my contact info, is in the description down below. I want to begin by playing a voicemail. I've got if you click on the description, you'll see my 24-hour voicemail number, and I get voicemails all the time. It makes me feel so good to hear some, and here's one. Let me play it real quick. It's a short one.
Yes, this is Robert and Diane Hudgens calling from Oklahoma regarding the El Reno PPL location. We just had a great experience with these folks, the salespeople, the receptionists, the service, the finance people. Were all wonderful to work with, a great staff, and we were so glad we stopped. We were not anticipating stopping in El Reno, but we did, and we're very glad we did. They've been thorough, they've been followed up well, and we're very happy. We would recommend it to anyone. Thank you.
Well, thank you for calling. That was Robert and Diane. El Reno, Oklahoma, in case you don't know, is just on the outskirts of Oklahoma City. It's one of the 5 PPL motorhome locations. PPL is an RV dealer I trust. I really do. And why are they so much different from many, many other RV dealers? I'm going to steal a line from their CEO. Actually, their CEO was written up in a big article, an RV industry article, about how well they are doing in spite of the slowdown in the RV industry. And there was one thing that popped out in that article that the CEO said. He was quoted as saying he attributed PPL's 50 plus years of success to something he called a culture of caring. And I sat back and said, a culture of caring. How do you measure caring? Well, you can see it, but you can't measure it. But you can look and you can go, well, they've been in business for 53 years. And I meet the people that buy and sell through PPL and the other RV dealers that I work with. It's a common denominator, a culture of caring. Not just caring about how much money the salesperson is going to make. They care. Oh, yeah, they care. How quickly they can get you out of the showroom and get on to the next customer. But truly a culture of caring. It made me feel really, really good. So with that said, I want to go into this email that I got. A few weeks ago, I went to, actually a week before last, went to an open house in Louisiana with another RV dealer I work with. It's Berryland Campers. And Berryland, the people that came, no, they didn't have as many people as in years past. That's because the market has changed. But the people that came, it was awesome. These people were nice. And why? Because the culture of caring at Berryland is really obvious. Everybody that walked in, even if I didn't see anybody in a sour mood, but everybody that showed up was in a pretty good mood. Not everybody bought an RV. That wasn't the point. It really wasn't. It was to show some people what they have to offer in a culture of caring. So, sometimes I get emails from people saying RVs are the worst investment ever. They're cheaper to stay in a hotel and blah, 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 blah. And maybe RVing isn't for you. It's not for some people. I admit that. I'm not saying it's for everybody. But this is something, I'm going to read this email here in just a second, and just think about this. Because I'll get to the person that wrote it here in a second. It says, feel like a good RV story? My wife and I are new to RVing. We bought a 23 Coachman Cross Trail 20 XG. We bought it from a small dealer not far from our home in Western North Carolina. I'm not very innovative and to some degree not all that smart, but I am a very good copycat. I think when you get old and you see how people are doing things, it's fine to be a copycat. I study people who are successful and I just do what they do. One of the best pieces of advice I ever received was this: the difference between an amateur investor, this is an investor now, and a professional is simply this: The professional considers everything that could go wrong. The amateur only considers what could go right. If you can withstand the worst case scenario, then consider making the investment. Well, an RV is an investment. It is, but it's not a very good financial one. What do you think about this? Do you think that the professionals the professionals and the amateurs are like, man, everybody's making 30% of the money. I can do it. Or do they look and go, you know what? Bitcoin at 67,000. I don't know if now's a good time to get in or not. A professional, I think, looks at the downside, and they weigh the downside against the possible upside. But this email continues. It says, buying an RV is no different. It's a depreciating asset, so you should know this before making the investment. How many times have you been told, you've heard, RVs lose money? They all go down in value. They do. Maybe you can find one that will go up in value. I haven't found one. There's some that will go down faster than others, but RVs are a horrible financial investment. But if you're talking about an investment from a different perspective, what it means to your family, how much are memories worth to your family? Seriously, how often can you get your kids and your grandkids or your family together in that little 300, 400 square foot box on wheels and do the things that you do that are simple and basic? I think there is tremendous value to that investment. I think that to avoid making that investment or to measure it in a financial way, you got to look at that. You got to look at the financial part of RV ownership. But you know what? Those memories, you can make good memories in an inexpensive RV. You don't have to have a super expensive one. It says our purchase, let me go back. Buying an RV is no different. It's a depreciating asset, so you should know this before making the investment. Long-term financing with a little money down on an RV is an amateur's move. No kidding. And we are finding out how many people did that over the pandemic, right? A lot of people went in, they put almost no money down. They financed for 15, maybe 20 years. Now they are 15, 20,000, sometimes more upside down in their RV, and they're angry. Whose fault is that? Seriously, it ultimately falls on whose shoulders? Drop a comment down below. It says, our purchase has been the perfect fit. We have had very few problems, and those were minor. The only thing I misjudged was how much we enjoy it. We have been on 14 camping trips and logged about 8,000 miles on our RV. My wife and I are really having fun. We've been married for 28 years and are having the best time of our lives. Respectfully, Kenneth B. I love that. That's the culture of people that care. It hasn't been perfect. He's willing to accept the good and the bad to make those wonderful memories. If he wouldn't have pulled the trigger on whatever he ended up buying, what was it, a 2023 Coachman, he would have never had this story to share, ever. And so what I'm trying to suggest is, and I want to get your thoughts on this, but if you're looking to make dollars and cents, it's got to make sense on a piece of paper. Just got to make sense. But you can stop looking. Seriously, you can stop looking. If you're only looking at buying an RV for all the great memories you're going to have with no expense, no stress, no problems, no hassle, no downtime, don't do it. It's somewhere in between. If you approach RVing in the right way, I think that you will love it. Most people that try it do love it. They may not buy an RV, but they enjoy what RVing can provide for the family. Now, my bit of advice during this slow time for RV dealers, for salespeople, is to change your way of thinking, at least temporarily. Just listen to me here. Think about farming instead of hunting. I believe that too many salespeople are hunters. They want the easy deal. They want the easy sale. They want somebody to walk in like they did during the pandemic. I'll take one. We'll sign right here, sir. Next, come on, bring him on in. And that's kind of the way it was. It was hunting. Those people were just piling in the dealerships. It ain't that way now. What does a farmer do? Well, a smart farmer realizes that things take time to grow that crop. But the hunter just wants to, I want to kill something. I want to shoot something. I want to bag a trophy. I want to bag a customer. You can't do that now. I'm a fisherman. Love to fish. If you fish in a place where there are no fish, it doesn't matter how good your tackle is, how good your equipment is, what your techniques are. There's no fish. But guess what? In the RV world, there are still fish out there. There are still people that are RVing. And those people are still buying RVs. Maybe not as quickly as they were a couple of years ago, but they're still buying RVs. Why? Because of people like Kenneth B. Because they love it. And who do they buy from? They buy from people who have a culture of care. So my advice for you salespeople out there, I don't care how successful you are, go through the record book. Find everybody that you have sold an RV to in the past however long. Call them up. Call them. Don't do this. Don't just text them and tell them what I'm going to say. Call them. You may want to text and say, I've got an important call. Can you please take a couple of minutes? I need to speak with you. Then call them. They're going to go, whoa, what's going on? Call them up. Stop trying to sell. Show people you care. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Call those customers. It's probably going to be hard because you ignored them ever since they rolled out of the lot unless they had an issue. Call them. I'm not trying to yell at you. I'm trying to give you some advice, something to think about instead of going, well, if we just advertised more, the fish would come to us. It ain't going to happen. Farm, don't hunt. Cultivate your crop. You've already planted the seeds with these people that have bought RVs from you and your dealership for years. What have you done to take care of your crop? It's easier to keep a customer than it is to go get a new customer now. I believe that the people that will make it in this industry, as times may continue to get tougher, are the people that have been farmers and not just hunters. Now, will a dealer take anybody that walks in the door that wants to buy an RV? Well, probably pretty much so. They'd be stupid not to. But the good dealers recognize it's farming. It's not hunting. It's a culture of caring about the customer. Customers don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Show them you care. That said, I'm going to wrap it up here, but I would like to have you show me how much you care. Let me know what your takeaway is or your thoughts on today's video. Am I being too harsh on salespeople? I hope I'm not. I am being direct because I think that that is what an honest person, a good wingman, a good wing woman does, is we speak the truth, we humbly speak it, we know that we are flawed individuals, but we try to be open-minded and care, like the people that I work with do. So drop a comment below if you would. Share this on social media with your family and friends and folks who might need a little bit of wingman wisdom. I appreciate you so much. I'm Alan Warren. I am the Wingman. Be safe, have fun, play nice, and don't leave your good manners at home. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. It's the Wingman. Remember to check out my other YouTube channel of RV walkthrough videos of both new and used RVs for sale. The dealers who provide these videos are all Wingman approved, and I trust they'll take good care of you. A link to the other channel is right here. I hope you'll click on it, hit the subscribe button, and turn those notifications on.